UFC 286 Edwards vs. Usman took place Saturday, March 18th from the O2 Arena in London, England. In a blockbuster rubber match, newly crowned UFC welterweight champion Leon "Rocky" Edwards defends his belt on home turf against former title holder Kamaru Usman to close out their epic trilogy. Let's talk Edwards vs. Usman. The former UFC welterweight champion and current #1 ranked contender, Kamaru, the Nigerian Nightmare Usman, 20-2, fighting out of Denver, Colorado, goes behind enemy lines looking to reclaim the welterweight throne. Usman is a powerful wrestler that uses his strikes to close the gap on his opponents. He takes them down to the ground and works for his smothering finishes. But over time, he's developed into a solid stand-up fighter with real knockout power, which makes him even more dangerous, and I can't wait for this rematch. But on the other side of the octagon, you have the UFC welterweight champion and #4 ranked pound-for-pound fighter, Leon "Rocky" Edwards, 20-3, fighting out of Birmingham, England, and aims to secure his first title defense in front of his home country fans. Edwards possesses a very rounded skill set, but he loves using his stand-up to pick you apart with all of his impressive weapons. He is very sneaky with his slicing elbows from the clinch and has a nasty high kick, which has given most of his opponents problems, including one of the most impressive walk-off knockout wins of the year in their last fight with that amazing comeback win. Tonight's betting odds have the champ Edwards coming in at a +210 underdog, and Usman comes in at a -250 favorite. And here's how it went down. Edwards came out early, attacking the legs of Usman. Lots of movements by Edwards, but Kamaru was starting to pressure him late in the first round, but Edwards landed a few body kicks that looked to hurt Usman late. In round 2, Edwards came out with a hard leg and body kicks, and Edwards lands a knee that wobbled Usman. But Usman lands a hard right hand and secured his first takedown, and Usman lands some hard shots. What a solid pace. Early in round 3, Usman gets an easy takedown, but Edwards, when getting back up, he grabbed the fence, and Herb Dean took a point. The real story of the night was Usman having a hard time cutting off the ring because of Edwards' kicks, chopping the legs and the body of Usman, and he was starting to show a little frustration. This was such a close fight, and Edwards lands a hard high kick early in round 5, but Usman was pushing action looking for takedowns, and now they were trading shots in the middle of the octagon. Wow. Usman gets his 4th takedown late in round 5, but Edwards back up. What a fight. They are trading again to the end. Leon Edwards defeats Kamaru Usman to retain his UFC welterweight championship. Alright, here's my final thoughts. This was a fascinating rematch for so many reasons, and there were so many questions that needed to be answered. Would the dominant Usman be able to bounce back after being knocked out cold? And would the fight be differently with Usman being the challenger in enemy territory and not being the champ? And for Edwards, who has been outworked in most of their 2 bouts, can he make magic happen again and stop Usman? Wow, do we have our answer? Edwards did a masterful job all night of using his wicked leg kicks, keeping Usman out of grappling range, and even when Edwards was taken down, he showed off excellent takedown defense and grappling. Usman fought a very tough fight, but tonight, once again, the night belongs to the champion, Leon "Rocky" Edwards, showing his improvement every time he steps into the octagon. Sign me up every time Rocky fights. Alright, here's some quick stats on Edwards. He is the UFC welterweight champion. He is 21-3. He is the #4 ranked pound-for-pound fighter. He has 7 wins by knockout, 3 by submission. He now holds wins over Nate Diaz, Rafael dos Anjos, Donald Cerrone, and Kamaru Usman twice. Okay, what's next for Edwards? Well, Colby "Chaos" Covington was front row in attendance, and every time the camera showed him in the crowd, they went crazy. Colby was the surprise backup fighter for this matchup, and DC in the post-fight octagon interview was already trying to build this fight up between Chaos and Rocky, and I would love to see this fight. But guys, let me know in the comments what you thought of the fight tonight and Edwards' performance, and who you think he should fight next and why. Just want to give a big shout out to all of our fans. Don't forget to hit that like button. This is Jay Catton with MMA Weekly's The Lowdown Breakdown. See you next time.